It was said that the fire in the temple never died, that it burned against all odds, a small, defiant flame against the howling winds of the world. Its caretaker, a forgotten Stoic philosopher named Lycus, lived his life tending to this flame. But this is not merely a story about a man and a fire. It is about the embers that live within us, waiting to be stoked into unyielding strength. Stay with me as we uncover the lessons Lycus left behind, the lessons etched in the ash and carried by the wind, ones that might just ignite the dormant ember within you. The ancient city of Delphona was no ordinary place. Hidden in the shadows of towering mountains, it was a sanctuary for scholars, mystics, and warriors alike. Among them was Lycus, a quiet figure with piercing eyes and a demeanor that seemed untouched by the chaos of the world. Lycus was not famous. He wrote no great treatises and delivered no rousing speeches. Yet, those who knew him whispered of his wisdom. He was the one people sought in moments of despair when their lives crumbled and their spirits faltered. His teachings weren't given in lectures or sermons, but in cryptic stories and silent gestures. At the heart of Delphona stood the ancient temple of Solin, housing a flame said to have burned for centuries. The legend claimed that as long as the flame endured, the city would remain unbroken. Lycus, by choice or by fate, became its keeper. One harsh winter, when snow blanketed the mountains and the winds screamed like banshees, the city faced its greatest trial. Supplies ran low, morale faltered, and the people's faith in the eternal flame began to waver. Lycus was seen carrying wood to the temple daily, his silhouette a lone figure against the storm. The citizens mocked him, saying the flame was useless, a relic of the past. "Let it die," they said. "What good is it if we are already broken?" But Lycus remained silent, tending to the fire with an intensity that seemed almost otherworldly. One evening, a desperate young man named Cassion approached him. "Why do you keep this flame alive, old man? What power does it hold over you?" Lycus turned to him, his face lit by the soft glow of the fire. "The flame is not what you think it is," he said. "It does not burn for the city, nor for the gods. It burns for what lies within you." Cassion, frustrated, demanded an answer. "What lies within me that a flame could reflect?" Lycus smiled faintly. "You do not see it yet, but sit, watch, and learn." The storm worsened. The temple walls groaned under the weight of the wind, and the fire, once steady, now flickered. The city teetered on the edge of despair. Lycus gathered a small group of skeptics, including Cassion, and led them into the temple. He spoke softly, his voice barely audible over the storm. "This flame is like your soul. It does not roar. It does not conquer. It simply endures. The world will test it, try to extinguish it, but as long as you protect it, it will never die." With that, he stepped back, letting the group watch the flame. Hours passed, and yet the flame persisted. Cassion, once impatient, began to understand. The flame's endurance was not a matter of strength, but of will. It flickered but never faltered. "Lycus," Cassion asked, "what happens if the flame dies?" Lycus looked at him, his gaze steady. "Then you must become the flame." As the storm subsided, the people of Delphona emerged, weary but alive. They found the temple's flame still burning, its light a beacon against the darkness. Cassion, once a doubter, became one of its most devoted caretakers, spreading Lycus's teachings to those who would listen. The city rebuilt itself, not because of the flame itself, but because of the resilience it symbolized. Lycus, true to his nature, disappeared into the mountains, leaving behind only the lesson of the eternal ember. In the end, the flame of Solin was more than fire. It was a reminder that within each of us lies a spark that, though small, can endure the harshest storms. The secret to unyielding strength is not in conquering the world, but in refusing to let the world extinguish your inner light. Lycus's story reminds us of the quiet power within, the ember that needs only a little care to burn brightly once more. If you feel your flame flickering, let this story be your reminder to tend to it. Share this message with someone whose fire needs rekindling. Subscribe to this channel for more ancient wisdom that speaks to the modern soul. Let's keep the ember alive, together.